In the Mexican border city of Mexicali, the influence of Chinese culture is everywhere. It's most prevalent in this Chinatown neighborhood known as La Chinesca. From the early 1900s, thousands of Chinese immigrants moved here. They gave birth to several generations of Mexicans with Chinese ancestry. Rosa Elvia Chen grew up in La Chinesca and raised her son Ruben here. Her grandfather, Juan Chen, left China aboard a boat from the Chinese province of Guangdong. The sea voyage lasted months.
His boat left Canton province and arrived in Salina Cruz. He visited Mexico City, Guadalajara, and the states of Sinaloa and Sonora. But he was not a tourist wanting to travel across Mexico. He had to keep moving because in those days, Mexico was deporting Chinese people.
It was the time of the Mexican Revolution. Anti-Chinese violence in Mexico was widespread, especially in the northern states near the U.S.-Mexico border. In 1911, a massacre in the city of Torreon killed at least 300 Chinese people. Decades before, in 1882, the United States created laws banning entries of Chinese people. Many Chinese families fled across the border into northern Mexico. They entered more hostility and has studied that history of Persian. He says Chinese spent their days underground in scores of basements connected by a series of tunnels. It was a way to avoid discrimination and the desert heat. Chen runs a tour depicting Mexicali's Chinese underground lifestyle.
He says this is an altar created to represent Chinese culture, a series of ancient Chinese gods, including Wong Gong, who was the god of martial arts and war.
Over the decades, many Chinese people left the Chinesca neighborhood and built prosperous restaurants in other parts of Mexicali, according to Esteban León, a leader of Mexicali's Chinese Association.
Mexicali's Chinesca neighborhood grew and faced problems. Then Mexicali began to expand outward. And so the Chinese community began moving into those other areas.
But the mark they left on this border city's Chinesca neighborhood is permanent and undeniable. Franc Contreras, CGTN, Mexicali, Mexico.